It's always a great song to sing to, that brown-eyed girl. Of course, there, Mr. Van Morrison. What a classic old tune. This is Global Radio, 96.5 FM with Dave Jackson this afternoon with you. Hello, how are you? Yes, it's Disco Dave and his good old friend sitting in the back there, Karaoke Kev, who's feeling a little bit worse for wear after about 16 pints of lager last night. Shouldn't keep sticking that stuff down your neck, mate. It's no good for you. Well, what's coming up now? Let's have a quick look. We've got a competition coming up for you. You could win yourself a lovely CD. Just I did the weather there and said it was partly cloudy today and partly cloudy for the rest of the week. The sun has finally shone through the clouds here in Kalahonda, and it's looking to be quite a warm and lovely day outside. Finally, we've got some sunshine again. It's great to have it back. Coming up to 8 minutes past 4. Of course, the time sponsored by those lovely friends of ours at Costa Car Care down there at Elviria. Let's have a look at the competition. This was inspired, this competition, believe it or not, by a letter that I've received from a lovely young lady called Deborah Boyland. Yes, Deborah, you know who you are. She lives down there at the posh end of the coast, down at Soto Grande, where everybody has a house and has sandwiches by the grand piano. Not like down here in Kalahonda, mate, where like you sit around and have a lot of bit of a chat over a beer, like, you know what I mean? Leave it out, John, knock it on the head. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Young Debbie's had a bit of a problem. She wrote to me, and the letter reads something like this. I'll have to read this slowly because it's a little bit difficult to read the writing here. Sorry, Debs, your writing's not that great. It says, Dear Dave, I am writing to you regarding your comments on the radio concerning the advantages and disadvantages of international schools as opposed to local Spanish schools. Okay, Debs, I've got you so far. For example, I put my children into a local Spanish school here on the Costa del Sol, and last week they were given a spelling test. Now, these are a list of the words which the Spanish children were given in their lengua class. 1 was car. Number 2 was. Number 3, yes. Number 4, him. Number 5, her. Number 6, chair. So far so good and pretty well straightforward. Now it says here, and here is a list given to my children and the other English kids in their class. Number 1, dyslexia. Number 2, diarrhea. Number 3, Constantinople. Number 4, indigenous. Number 5, cartography. Number 6, asphyxiate. And Deb goes on to say, do you think that my children are being treated fairly? Well, Debs, I would have done if it hadn't been for the fact that down at the bottom of your letter you did go on to mention that your son Roland is 23 and your daughter Deanne is 19. Deb, get them out of that school, get a life, get them out of that school now. So I thought, what a great idea if we want to give this away, this album we've got here, Paul Young's album, No Parley. What we're going to do now is I'm going to give you the text message, right? Write this down. Get yourself a pencil, nip out to the back room while you're making your cup of tea. Don't write this down while you're driving if you're up and down that N340. You got your wife or your girlfriend to do it for you, depending on which one's in the car, of course. The text number to text me on is 651 183 300. Or you can give me a call on the phone here, which goes straight through to the studio, and you can hear my dulcet tones over the telephone as well. The number is 952 930088. Very simple. To win this album by Paul Young, all you have to do is spell this word. Are you ready? The word is Gesellschaftswagen. I'll repeat that for you. Gesellschaftswagen. You're thinking, what the hell is a Gesellschaftswagen? It is, in fact, a sleeping rail car from the German Federal Railways. And the reason I know that is because I've nicked my son's model train book and got it out of there. You've got a model train book the same, you're not allowed to look, that's cheating. Gesellschaftswagen. If you can spell that word correctly and text me through on that number, 651 183 300, or give me a call, 952 930088. You win. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mums and dads, this fabulous album from Paul Young, No Parley. If you can't stand Paul Young, it's not worth you bothering, so it's entirely up to you. The choice is yours. I'm giving you a choice here, all right? Gesellschaftswagen. That's today's competition. And thank you very much to Debbie Boyland from writing that letter into us all the way down there from Soto Grande. This is Global Radio 96.5 FM with Uncle Dave with you till 6 o'clock tonight. Let's play this classic old tune. Here's a track which is simply called Beautiful People. I love this song. To me, you're all beautiful. There is no such thing as an ugly person. It's just some are better looking than others. This is Barbara Tucker. Do you remember this a few years back now?